She is a conductor without an orchestra, a storyteller whose stage is the entire world, and a villain who might just be the hero of her own tragic opera. In the world of Wuthering Waves, few characters are as enigmatic, as manipulative, and as utterly captivating as Phrolova. But who is the woman behind the Eyepatch? Is she a monster, a victim, or a mastermind playing a game none of us can comprehend? Today, we unravel the story, the theories, and the hidden truths behind the Fractsidus' most mysterious overseer. This is the full story of Phrolova. Our first introduction to Phrolova isn't a subtle one. Alongside her associate Scar, she appears as a powerful overseer of the Fractsidus, a shadowy organization with world-altering ambitions. In Huanglong, we witness her power firsthand. She single-handedly orchestrates a massive Tacet discord outbreak, not with rage or fury, but with a quiet, unnerving calm. She wields a red spider lily, a flower called a Lycoris, like a conductor's baton, guiding monsters as if they were musicians in her symphony of destruction. This isn't just villainy, it's a performance. Her design is filled with clues. The bandage over her eye hides her most striking feature, but it might also be a symbol of her faction. Many Fractsidus foot soldiers have a single, glowing red eye, suggesting this is their signature. And the flower she carries is just as important. In folklore, the spider lily is tied to death and reincarnation. This perfectly matches her official description, which says her music bridges the gap between life and death. It's a hint that her entire story revolves around loss and rebirth. She even refers to events as a story or a performance, calling her grand plan the Thespian's Coronation. The villain we see is a role she is playing, on a stage of her own making. To understand Phrolova, you have to understand the Fractsidus. At first, they seem like a simple death cult bent on destruction. But the truth is far more complex. Their main goal is to provoke the next lament. A lament is a global disaster that unleashes Tacet discords, but it also awakens resonators, humans with incredible powers. The Fractsidus believe that by forcing another catastrophe, they can trigger the next stage of human evolution. They're willing to push humanity off a cliff, believing it's the only way to teach it how to fly. Their methods are extreme. Unlike other resonators who use a device to absorb remnant energy, Fractsidus members absorb Tacet discords directly into their bodies. This process grants them immense power, but at the cost of unimaginable pain. This reframes them. They aren't just terrorists, they are revolutionaries willing to pay any price for their vision of the future, and Phrolova is one of their most devoted followers. In the Rinascita story arc, Phrolova's true genius is revealed. She stops being a direct attacker and becomes a puppet master, conspiring with another mysterious figure, Cristoforo. She approaches you, the rover, not with a threat, but with an offer to tell a story. She calls it the Thespian's Coronation, a play where Thespian means actor. Mischievously, she isn't just telling a story, she's casting you in the lead role. During her boss fight, she reveals her story is built on 3 prophecies. First, the king should take the throne, but for that, sacrifice is necessary. This refers to the suffering of the holy maiden, Cartethyia, framing her tragedy as a necessary sacrifice. Second, clear all illusion and let no harm come your way from mere mortals. This is the Fractsidus philosophy, to rise above simple ideas of good and evil. And the third prophecy, the pleasures born of violence shall end by violence. This one, she says, is not yet finished. She tells you directly that the ending is up to you. She gives you the illusion of choice, all while guiding you through a narrative she built. Her manipulation is so masterful, it even confuses her own allies. Phrolova isn't just manipulating the rover, she's manipulating the player, using the game's own story as her stage. Questioning, so why is she doing all this? The answer may lie in a tragic past. Fan theories, backed by strong evidence, suggest Phrolova is not who she seems. One of the biggest theories connects her to the tragedy of Qichi village. The story tells of a young girl with the power to merge the frequencies of humans and Tacet discords. Feared by her own people, she was labeled a black sheep and sacrificed. Phrolova has this exact same power. She also shares a close sibling-like bond with Scar, who is present at the village. If Phrolova is that girl, it would explain her deep sadness and her desire to burn down a world that betrayed her. But an even deeper theory suggests that Phrolova, her summon Hecate, and the holy maiden Cartethyia are three parts of a single, fragmented being. The name of her summon, Hecate, is a direct reference to a three-faced goddess from Greek mythology. In-game lore also mentions a powerful being with the ability to split entities, suggesting Phrolova and Cartethyia were once one person, torn apart to prevent their ascension. Amazed if this is true, it changes everything. Her goal isn't destruction, it's reunification. Her villainy is a desperate performance designed to manipulate the rover into helping her find her lost half and become whole again. The Thespian's coronation is her telling her own tragic story, hoping you will help her achieve her true coronation. Soon, Phrolova will step from the shadows and onto our teams as a playable character, and her lore is built directly into her gameplay. Phrolova is a 5-star Havoc Resonator who uses a Rectifier. She's a main DPS who plays like a puppet master, summoning her echo Hecate to fight with her. Her entire kit is themed around music, with abilities named after musical pieces and a powerful attack called Scarlet Coda. Leaks even suggest she has a hidden corrupted form where she removes her Eyepatch to unleash her full power. Here's a quick look at her kit. She uses a Rectifier and deals Havoc damage. Her main role is DPS, but she can be flexible. Her key mechanic is summoning Hecate, whose damage counts as her own. She builds up musical pieces with her attacks to fuel her powerful abilities, and her ultimate, Suite of Doom, has her command Hecate to unleash devastating attacks. When she leaves the field, she buffs the next character's Havoc and heavy attack damage, making her a fantastic team player. But making an antagonist playable raises a big question. Is this a redemption arc? Or is joining us just another move in her grand performance? Many fans hope she remains the complex, morally gray character she is, rather than getting a rushed redemption. Phrolova's journey is one of incredible depth. We start with a villain conducting monsters. We uncover a potential victim of a terrible tragedy. We see a master manipulator directing a play on a global stage. And finally, a fractured soul trying to become whole again. She is not just one of these things, she is all of them at once, making her one of the most compelling characters in Wuthering Waves. As her story continues, the biggest questions remain. What is her true endgame? If she reunites with Cartethyia, will she be a savior or a threat greater than anything we've ever faced? Are we, the player, just a pawn in her game, or will we be the one to finally change her script? The final act has yet to be written, and the choice, as Phrolova herself would say, lies with the performer. What do you think is Phrolova's ultimate goal? Do you believe she can be redeemed, or do you want her to stay the magnificent villain she is? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to subscribe for more Wuthering Waves lore. Thanks for watching!